Assalamu alaikum, this is Maria Zulfikar welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. NBR's Central Intelligence Cell finds almost 40,000 crore taka in 5 countries laundered from Bangladesh. ICT court hearing continues against Sheikh Hasina and her allies. Constituency delineation hearing of 25 seats of Dhaka zone held ahead of 13th national polls. "25 newly appointed additional judges of High Court Division take oath today. Chikungunya and dengue outbreak in Port City, Chattogram harms normal health as most of them forced to hospitalization. Canada, Egypt, Iran and Saudi Arabia condemn Israeli fresh attacks on Nasser Hospital, killing at least 21, including 5 journalists. And Liverpool beat Newcastle by 3-2 goals in English Premier League. Viewers, those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. The Central Intelligence Cell CIC of the National Board of Revenue NBR has stressed assets worth nearly 40,000 crore taka smuggled out of Bangladesh and built in various countries. According to CIC Director General Ahsan Habib, these illegal assets were uncovered during investigations conducted from January of this year till now in 7 cities across 5 countries. He informed Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus of the findings. In addition, 352 passports have been detected in 9 countries, which some Bangladeshis obtained in exchange for money. Analysts said the findings prove the scale of massive looting that took place under the previous fascist government. So far, CIC's investigation has identified 346 properties abroad registered under individual and institutional names through money laundering from Bangladesh. Work is underway to confiscate these properties and bring them under Bangladesh's control, as well as to ensure punishment for those involved in the laundering. Reports also stated that individuals tied to this money laundering had placed their own people inside the central bank's database management system to manipulate records and erase crucial information during Sheikh Hasina's regime. Analysts emphasized that these looters must be brought under the law. After receiving a detailed report, the chief advisor said proper measures must be taken to identify and prosecute those involved in money laundering through coordinated efforts of the Anti-Corruption Commission, CIC, CID of police and other relevant authorities. He stressed that an example must be set so that no one dares to loot the nation's wealth and build assets abroad in the future. Today marks the 9th day of witness testimony in the crimes against humanity case filed over the July-August mass uprising against deposed Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and 2 others. The 2 other accused in the case are former Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and former Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun. The testimony began at International Crimes Tribunal, one headed by its chairman Justice Muhammad Ghulam Murtuza Mojumdar. Two other members of the tribunal are Justice Shafiul Alam Mahmood and Justice Mohitul Haq Enam Chaudhary. In the first half of the day, the tribunal completed the deposition and cross-examination of 3 witnesses. Earlier in the morning, one of the accused, former IGP Chaudhary Abdullah Al Mamun, was produced before the tribunal. The Appellate Division of the Supreme Court today concluded the review hearing on several petitions filed by BNP Jamaate Islami, Shushashoner Jonno Nagorik and others seeking reconsideration of the verdict that abolished the caretaker government system. The next hearing will be held tomorrow. The hearing took place in the Appellate Division bench led by Chief Justice Syed Rifat Ahmed in the morning. Earlier on 21st of August, the Appellate Division had set today for hearing the review petitions regarding the verdict abolishing the caretaker government system. Hearings were held today on the redemarcation of 28 constituencies in the Dhaka region on the third day of hearings regarding the redrawing of constituencies for the 13th parliamentary election. Hearings for 15 constituencies have already been completed. The hearings begin at 10 a.m. at the Election Commission building in Agargaon. Chief Election Commissioner A.M.M. Nasiruddin, 4 election commissioners and senior EC officials were present at the hearings. EC Senior Secretary Akhtar Ahmed conducted the hearings. 25 newly appointed additional judges of the High Court Division of the Supreme Court have taken oath. Chief Justice Dr. Syed Rifat Ahmed administered the oath to the new judges today at the Judges' Lounge of the Supreme Court. In consultation with the Chief Justice, President Muhammad Shahabuddin appointed 25 additional judges yesterday. Following the appointments, the Law Ministry issued a Gazette notification. According to the notification, the 25 judges have been appointed as additional judges of the High Court Division for a maximum period of 2 years, effective from the date of oath. Their names have been sent to the Law Ministry from the Supreme Court. The oath-taking ceremony was conducted by Supreme Court Registrar Justice Muhammad Muazzam Hussain, judges of the Supreme Court and High Court Division, the Chairman of Bangladesh Bar Council, the President of the Supreme Court Bar Association, and others were present on the occasion. Delegates from 40 countries alongside leaders of Bangladesh political parties visited Rohingya camps in Cox's Bazar today, marking the conclusion of a 3-day international dialogue. The stakeholders visited several Rohingya camps in Ukhia in the morning. They visited a hospital in Camp 9 and a food assistance outlet center in Camp 4. During the visit, stakeholders spoke with the hospital authorities and food assistance providers, alongside the Rohingya families, hearing about their daily struggles, uncertainties and aspirations. Deputy Press Secretary to the Chief Advisor Abul Kalam Azad Muzumdar said the visit aimed to provide a clear understanding of the ground realities. Alongside dengue, the number of chikungunya patients is increasing in Chattogram day by day. Treatment of this disease is going on in ward number 82 of Chattogram Medical College Hospital, as well as other government and private hospitals. However, doctors advise to follow proper health rules to prevent the infection of chikungunya like dengue. The doctors on duty in ward number 82 of Chattogram Medical College Hospital said about 15 patients are being admitted to the dengue ward every day. Among them, 2 to 3 patients are being identified with chikungunya. Chattogram Medical College Hospital has adequate arrangements for the treatment and diagnosis of chikungunya alongside dengue. However, the risk of dengue patients is much higher than chikungunya. At present, 25 patients are admitted to ward number 82 of Chattogram Medical College Hospital with dengue and chikungunya. There were also patients who are infected with both of the diseases like dengue and chikungunya. Doctors concerned said the number of patients infected with chikungunya has crossed 1,000 in the last 3 weeks. Even after the monsoon season is over, it will take time for the outbreak of the disease to subside. Now, international news. Canada, Egypt, Iran, and Saudi Arabia are among the countries that have condemned Israel's attacks on Nasser Hospital, which killed at least 21 people, including 5 journalists. International human rights and humanitarian organizations, including Doctors Without Borders (MSF) and the Foreign Press Association, expressed outrage and shock at the attack, which also targeted medical workers. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the attacks were a tragic mishap as Israeli forces killed at least 61 people across Gaza on Monday and 20 more since dawn today. Israel has killed at least 62,744 people and wounded 158,259 since it began its attack on Gaza on 7th of October in 2023. US President Donald Trump said Russian President Vladimir Putin does not want to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Trump believes Vladimir Putin is avoiding meeting with Volodymyr Zelensky due to personal animosity. Meanwhile, Ukraine has been warned that its access to Elon Musk's Starlink internet service could soon be cut following a decision from Poland's president. The American president took the initiative to stop the war between Russia and Ukraine. He also set a deadline for Putin to talk to Ukraine. The US president also said that he would take strict action against Russia if peace talks for a ceasefire were not held.